Hello, I'm Bella Tharp, and I am excited to welcome you to Lyons Township High School's 12th Annual Veterans Day program, where we honor the many sacrifices made by our wonderful individuals who have served and are currently serving our country. We will start this year's virtual presentation with the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Student Council President Maya Holm.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hello, my name is Jen Tyrell, and I am honored to serve as the principal at Lyons Township High School. It is my pleasure to share a virtual welcome with all members of our school community that are taking this opportunity to celebrate and commemorate Veterans Day by viewing this virtual presentation. I would also like to thank all of our speakers and our dignitaries, our veterans, District 204 board members, as well as our LT students, staff, parents, and community members for taking the time to view this virtual presentation. This year's theme is honoring those who served. Today we are given a tremendous opportunity to pause and reflect upon the sacrifices made by our veterans. Those individuals who have served and are currently serving in our military are the ultimate examples of sacrifice, whether when serving in our military or when returning to civilian life and serving as leaders in our community. The privileges we enjoy and the freedoms we value are a result of the courage demonstrated by those serving. It is our intent that this presentation provides both celebrations and appreciation for all those who have served, as well as all those who are currently serving in our military. It is now my pleasure to introduce members of our speech team who, under the direction of English teacher and head coach Sarah Poles, will share with us a presentation about the history of Veterans Day. The student presenters are Grace O'Malley and Aiden Joyce. Their presentation will be followed by junior Nick Lorenzen, who will play taps. Please remember that it is customary to stand when taps are sounded.
In 1921, an unknown American soldier killed during World War I was buried in Arlington National Cemetery. Similarly, ceremonies occurred earlier in England and France as an unknown soldier was buried in each nation's place in the highest honor.
These memorial gestures all took place on November 11th, giving universal recognition to the celebrated ending of World War I hostilities at 11 a.m. on November 11th, 1918. The 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, the day became known as Armistice Day.
In recognition of the peace that was preserved equally by veterans of World War I and II, the Korean conflict, Congress was asked to make this day an occasion that honored those Americans who have served in America in all of these wars. In 1954, President Eisenhower signed a bill that proclaimed November 11th as Veterans Day. His original proclamation of the bill, President Eisenhower declared,
"Now, therefore, I, Dwight D. Eisenhower, President of the United States of America, do hereby call upon all of our citizens to observe November 11th, 1954 as Veterans Day. On that day, let us solemnly remember the sacrifices of all those who fought so valiantly on the seas, on the foreign shores, and in the air for the freedom of our country."
In 1958, 2 more unidentified American war dead were brought from overseas and placed in Arlington National Cemetery, one having been killed in World War II and the other in the Korean conflict. In 1984, an unknown serviceman from the Vietnam War was placed alongside the others to honor these men and all Americans who gave their lives in all of these wars.
Memorial recognitions have a long history at LT. While Veterans Day didn't exist, history shows that there were annual assemblies as far back as the 1890s, with Civil War veterans of the triumphant Northern armies speaking in honor of Memorial Day.
In 1920 and 30s, LT has a solemn ritual to remember all of these wars. Everyone stopped what they were doing and turned to face the east, where the war was fought and where so many had died. Sometimes there was just a moment of silence until the bell was rung again. At other times, students and musicians played taps from the bell tower.
In 1921, LT's Gold Star mothers planted 14 purple leaf maple trees and installed a natural boulder along Brainerd Avenue. The boulder's bronze plaque is inscribed, "The 14 trees planted in this parkway are living memorials of those men of LaGrange who died in military service of their country during the World War. May their sacrifice inspire us to live as nobly as they died."
The trees were planted to commemorate Robert C. Klein, Myron E. Curry, August C. Dolger, Fabian Hansen, Archie Lake, D. Fred Orange, Harry R. Patter, William S. Smith, Frank T. Simon, Paula Seclair, Lawrence E. Vilas, Charles Waterbury. Today, we honor them as well as all of those who have served in our country in the military conflicts throughout all of these years.
Every year, at 11 a.m. on November 11th, a combined color guard representing all branches of the military executes present arms at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. The nation's tribute to its war heroes is symbolized by the laying of the presidential wreath and the bugler plays taps.
Every year, the President of the United States urges all Americans to honor our veterans with an appropriate public ceremonies. We are grateful to welcome the veterans who are watching our 12th annual Veterans Day program. Thank you for all that you've done for our country.
Thank you, Grace and Aiden. Over the last 11 years, LT has welcomed a wide variety of veterans, both active duty and retired. To reflect on their service to our country, they have spoken about their experiences in combat, about the importance of service to the community, and about how much it means to them to be recognized for their sacrifices. It is in the latter vein, one of gratitude, that we have decided to focus this year's program. We have invited a number of LT veterans, both alumni and staff, to provide their perspective on service and importance of being recognized. In addition, we have provided a few current students the opportunity to speak for their student body and express LT's gratitude for the service of all our veterans.
I'm Frank Cyber. I'm proud to be here because what LT taught me was pride, and that amounted to going into the service after graduating from Drake University. You always want to be ready and improve. And that's one of the things I learned here. I played football here. I was class president in way back when in '62. And graduated. You know, 4 years in the service was like 4 years of playing football. You always had an opportunity to improve. And I had an interesting assignment in that I was part of the Mercury program. I was based at Vandenberg Air Force Base in California. And here I am handling $20 million back then. And I'm glad to have served my country. I was in the, actually, for about 15 years in the reserve, and it was just great. And the experience you have here at Lyons Township got you ready for all this. You never realized it. You realized the fun you were having, but then you realized also that you were a part of a team. And I'll always be grateful for that.
Hello, everyone. I'm Officer Tim Andrews of LaGrange Police Department, and I am also your school resource officer here at Lyons Township High School. I am a U.S. Army veteran of 6 years, where I served one tour in Afghanistan, Operation Enduring Freedom, 2011. Serving overseas gave me a greater perspective and a greater appreciation on growing up in the greatest country in the world, that is the United States of America. During my deployment, I served as the Chief of Operations in the 6th Squadron, 4th Cavalry Regiment, 3rd Brigade Combat Team, 1st Infantry Division. It was a very rewarding experience as well as a very challenging experience. What Veterans Day means to me is giving thanks to our brave men and women who answered the nation's call in their time of need and put their lives on hold and put their families' lives on hold as well in order to serve for the call of duty.
Hello everyone, my name is Paul Petrick, U.S. Army Field Artillery veteran, 1983 to 87. I want to thank all veterans for their undying commitment to this nation, for those who enlisted on their own, to those who were drafted, to those who fought in combat in the name of freedom. I did not serve in combat while on duty, but those who have over all these years, God bless you for your service. Also, let's never forget the ones who died in the name of service. Let's always remember it costs a lot to be free. God bless you, veterans. God bless you all. God bless America.
Hi, I'm Tom Kazda, one of your student assistants here at North Campus, and I served in the U.S. Naval Air, part of an anti-submarine unit off the coast of Vietnam during the war. My brother was a Navy corpsman, and all he did for 4 years was take care of soldiers who lost their legs due to the landmines in Vietnam. It's always been my hope that not just for this Veterans Day, but also every day, when we stand up and we say the Pledge of Allegiance and we look at the flag, I know it's become routine, but I hope that every once in a while you remember that hundreds and thousands of men and women have proudly worn that uniform defending that flag. Many of them have been crippled, lost their limbs, horribly disfigured, and many thousands made the ultimate sacrifice with their lives, just defending the freedoms that you and I now have in this great country. Thank you, and God bless America.
Hi, I would just like to thank my Uncle Danny, who served in the Navy, and I would like to honor my great-grandpa, who has sadly passed away, but he served in the armed forces. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Shane Kenna, and both of my grandfathers, both on my mom's side and my dad's side, served in the military, one in the Army and one in the Marines. Hearing these stories throughout my childhood has instilled a deep respect for veterans for me, and it's drove me to want to also join the military after my college career.
Happy Veterans Day. Thank you to all the veterans who are serving our country, and thank you, Papa, for serving in the Air Force.
Support the troops. Hello, my name is Charlie McLaughlin, and from the bottom of my heart, I would like to thank all past and currently serving military members.
I would like to thank all veterans for their service, especially my grandfather, James Sweat, who served in the Vietnam War. Today is a day to remember and to honor those who have served. And today I am remembering the story of my grandfather and all of those who served with him in the Vietnam War.
Hi, my name is Murphy Byrne, and I just want to take a second to thank the friends and family, along with the veterans who sacrifice their lives every day. Friends and family sometimes go weeks and months without seeing their loved ones, and they sacrifice just as much as the veterans, and I'd like to thank them too. Thank you.
As a salute to America's finest, we will now play a melody of music comprising the official songs of our military branches, in the following order: Army, Navy, Coast Guard, Marines, and Air Force. As the songs are played, we will invite those of you who have been members of those armed services branches to reflect on your service when you hear your song.
We also invite family members, guests, students, and staff to reflect as well, in honor of their loved ones who have served. It is now my honor to introduce Owen Slad, who will perform our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the
Thank you, Owen, for a wonderful rendition of the national anthem. This video recognition would not have been possible without the efforts of so many. I would also like to recognize those students who contributed their appreciation for the veterans in their lives. The Veterans Day program at LT is a unique tradition. As a community, we believe it is important to pause, reflect on our freedoms, and to acknowledge the individuals who made this video presentation possible. This happens because of the sacrifice of those that serve in our military. Thank you for allowing us to honor your service to our nation. We are LT.